You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Y&R fans. So we have some interesting stuff this week with Audra Charles having had enough of Summer Newman's nonsense and unloading on her. Meanwhile, Billy Abbott is sharpening knives to stab someone in the back, maybe more than one someone as it turns out. It is Belinda from Soap Dirt. And let's dive into the threats and who is about to be targeted. So we've heard Summer ranting endlessly about Audra. She keeps telling Kyle Abbott and Victor Newman and her mom, Phyllis Summers, that Audra is a bad influence on Harrison Abbott. Well, that's pretty bizarre because for the record, Audra has never met the kid and has no plans to meet him or any interest in meeting him. When Kyle was warming Audra's sheets, it was a booty call situation. That's pretty much it. Kyle was mad that Summer blatantly lied about Phyllis being alive after she faked her death. And that lie probably would have been excusable, except Summer and Phyllis's lies were keeping Kyle's mom, Diane Jenkins, in jail. And remember, Kyle was furious. He told Summer to hit the bricks, and then he made a beeline for some hot anger sex with Audra. They never had a romance. Kyle never had a relationship with her beyond the physical. They maybe shared a meal here and there at the GCAC, but other than that, Audra didn't date Kyle. So on a Y&R episode this week, Summer trips up and she actually spilled the beans on herself. She admits to Kyle it's not really him working with Audra now that's bothering her. It was Kyle being influenced by Audra back when he was seeing her after they split. Essentially, Summer is still salty that she lied, got caught, and the consequence was Kyle dumping her. And after that, he was free to do what he wanted with whoever he wanted. I've said for a while that I felt like him hopping right into bed with Audra was cheating because he was technically still married. But to be fair, he did dump Summer on the way out the door to go crawl on top of Audra. So that's up for debate, and it really doesn't matter at this point. So if you recall, Audra told Kyle to take a hike because she had decided to be all in with Tucker McCall. Side note, I really miss Trevor St. He was so much fun to watch. Tucker was always chewing scenery, messing with stuff, and just naughty. And, you know, right now in Y&R, we got so much business, blah. Ugh, at least he jazzed that stuff up. Anyway, Kyle himself was a bit salty about Audra telling him his time in her bed was done and then firing him. And since then, they've not been friends, much less spending any time together with his son. Even Phyllis suggested to Summer that she was off base, going too far, and jealous of the woman Kyle had slept with. And you may recall that infuriated Summer because Phyllis hit a nerve. All of that was true. And then we saw Victor Newman grilling Audra about Summer's accusations and concerns, and Audra told the truth, and basically that revealed that his granddaughter is just unhinged and completely wrong to be focused on her, but Summer still won't quit. So this week, Audra had enough, and she claps back hard on Summer. When Kyle's talking business with Audra, you'll see Summer rolling up on them with all her snark. And then Audra just says to her to stop blaming her for these custody issues. And she tells Summer, I'm not the problem unless you want me to be. Audra really laid her out with that threat. I mean, honestly, what can Summer say in court? Your Honor, my ex-husband had a bed buddy who was never around our child and who he stopped seeing about 10 months ago. So can you please strip away all the parental rights of Harrison's biological father and please give me sole custody, a misguided, bitter ex who's making hysterical and blatantly false allegations. It seems like that would be an open and shut case in Kyle's favor. And Summer did sit down with Kyle, and he's trying to get her just to stop the lawyer stuff and chill out. It remains to be seen if she will. I think she's going to say she will and then freak out again. But I think it's great that Audra is standing her ground and basically calling out and mocking Summers' very adolescent attitude and behavior. Maybe if we're lucky, we'll wind up with a physical catfight in the middle of the GCAC before all is said and done. All right, let's talk about Billy Abbott, who, as I mentioned, is sharpening knives. And he may have 3 potential targets that he wants to stab at, metaphorically, not physically. This week, Billy leaves an irritating chat with Chelsea, and he was angry and he took it out on Lily. You know, Billy knows that Chelsea is lying and he just wants the truth, but she's being so dodgy because Adam insisted that she keep fibbing. And then Chelsea put her relationship with Billy on pause to try and avoid the confrontations and her cracking under the pressure and coming clean. And then over at Chancellor, while Billy's upset, he and Lily got into it. Billy thinks that Lily is plotting to get rid of him, and she thinks that Billy is the same old erratic, unreliable jerk he always was. And to be clear, Lily did indeed want him out, but she just didn't have the power to carry through on it. But Billy talks to Chancellor this week and says he is going to fire Lily. And then he told Chance that Jill doesn't know his plans, but you can bet she won't like it. Billy doesn't care. And later this week, he uses one of those knives he got all nice and sharp to stab Lily in the back and toss her out of Abbott Chancellor. We'll have to wait and see if she accepts it or if she goes and calls Jill and tattles on her wayward son. So here's who else Billy might be getting stabby about. By the end of this week, Chelsea makes a confession. Surely that's supposed to be shocking. Surely that's the spoiler that confirms Billy finally finds out the truth. I mean, Chelsea's done bad things to Billy before, you know, like drugging and raping him, getting herself pregnant, and then accusing Billy of rape and getting him arrested in a foreign country. So Chelsea might be feeling the sting of a sharpened blade, you know, but really she's the one who stabbed Billy in the back with all the things she did in the past, plus currently with her cheating and lies. So if he breaks up with Chelsea, honestly, I don't think that would be a backstab. I think he would do it right in her face so she sees him coming. But there's one other person Billy might be saving a sharpened dagger for, in this case, maybe literally, and that's Adam Newman. We all know Billy despises Adam. He's tried to kill him a couple of times in the past in his rage over Delia's death, which for my part, I co-blame on Billy's neglectful parenting by leaving his little kid alone at the roadside after dark with a puppy on a windy road. So yeah, I think Chelsea sleeping with Adam is going to hurt Billy in terms of how he deals with her. But as for Adam, Billy would gleefully stab him in the back for reigniting their old feud by sliding into Chelsea's sheets, no matter the stress, the booze, and the excuses. So it's shaping up to be a bitter but better week on Young and the Restless than we've seen in some other weeks. Billy's lashing out, Audra's lashing out, Summer's freaking out, and Chelsea is giving out secrets. So we'll see who's still standing by the end of this week on this CBS soap. Drop your comments. Let me know what you think about this Audra thing, this Billy thing. Definitely subscribe if you're not following us, and come back soon. We're here talking Young and the Restless 7 days a week with me, Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.